drive, deep right field, way back there, out of here.
What's going on, everybody? This is Ideal Principal, back at it again with another episode of The Sandlot in MLB The Show 23. First off, I want to give a shout out to anybody who watched the first 2 episodes of this thing, and anyone who liked and subscribed and commented. It's pretty cool, and I appreciate it. But anyway, we finished out June and July. So I'm going to show some stats and highlights from the sweaty balls months of summer, and also some highlights from the All-Star game, because we had the All-Star game in June and July, and we had a couple boys that made it. I won't say who yet, though. I'll keep you guessing. Benny the Jet. I also want to point out all these double play balls I was finally able to turn. I got pretty excited every time I got one, so I made sure I recorded each one. And even a failed double play attempt on the Cincinnati Reds part. They were just too fast. Look, oop, yeah, he's just too fast. Just slid right in there. Here's a teaser of Benny in the home run derby. He's just been yeeting dingers all year and carrying the team. So next up, I'm gonna show our record from June and July, and it was pretty surprising. So go ahead, sit tight and strap in. So heading into August, we are 63-40. And we really pulled away from the pack and told the Padres no bueno. But these Sandlot boys, they've been going ham all June by only losing 2 games and winning like 50. I didn't do the math, but it felt like 50. But there weren't any crazy blowouts like the 49-run game in April, so no records were broken. The Sandlot boys were just steady all month. The boys were just stacking up wins like a mugger who wants some candy and there's like 50 babies holding lollipops. But I don't know. That's the only analogy I could come up with. The boys were just winning, like Charlie Sheen.
Duh. Winning.
But yeah, I guess it just took a couple months for, Bert's secret stuff to really kick in and stack up a couple wins back to back. July wasn't as OP though, but we did have the All-Star festivities. So even though we lost a bunch, and we still had fun. And at the end of the day,
it's not about winning, it's about fun.
So yeah, first we had Benny in the home run derby, and the fun didn't last very long, despite the Jet looking super excited right now. He only hit 13 dingers, and Alvarez came up and he hit more. Well, he hit one more and won, so it was short-lived. And I guess I could have backed out and tried again, but I'm going for an authentic experience here. And so he had one shot, and he blew it.
You blew it!
So keeping up the trend with the All-Star game, we also had Yaya make it. He's been crushing it this year. He's pretty much been the second best on the team, which is surprising because he tends to drop the ball. But not this time, because he also got a hit, which is basically him saying, I'm here to stay, and that we should leave the past in the past. His ball skills have also made quite the improvement, so he's really taken his mistakes to heart. Good for him. And then we also had Scotty Smalls make it. He didn't get a hit or anything in the game, but he was there. Kenny Nunez was also there, but he also didn't get a hit, so nothing to show here. And then our last guy to make the All-Star team was Henry Rowan Gardner. And I want to point out here that I added a knuckleball to his arsenal. And it's really improved his game, so it's probably the reason why he made it. But he didn't do anything in the game, but at least he was also there. And as they say, showing up is half the battle, and the other half is not catching cancer. But I don't know, I could have heard that saying wrong. But anyway, they pretty much shit the bed after the All-Star game, which makes sense because 5 of our players were playing slap ass with other All-Stars, and that could become a crazy time. And they probably had a little bit of a hangover after getting a little weird. But this is where we are now, heading into the home stretch of our schedule. So I'll probably just play through October for the next video. And yeah, should be a good time. So I guess I'll just go into the stats and the highlights and show you how the boys have been performing these last couple months. So first up in no particular order is Benny the Jet Rodriguez. He's obviously leading the squad with home runs, leading the league in RBIs and batting average. And he's finally channeled his inner self running from the beast because his stolen bases have gone up to 35. And that doesn't have anything to do with me stealing with them every chance that I get and having like 7 stolen bases in one game. It's all just natural. But yeah, he's been balling out and there's no surprises there. Benny's just had that dog in him since the Sandlot days and hasn't worn off. He's really put in the work and it really shows on the diamond. It's not just the magical elf fairy dust that he's carrying with him at all times. It's all him. So next up we got my boy, the absolute Chad. Yeah. And he's been playing it at an optimum level. Batting .329 and 24 stolen bases, there haven't been many flaws in his game. Minus a few too many errors that were my fault. But other than that, he's the shortstop of the future. Like, look at this throw. Perfect. Perfect form. Perfect release. Perfect face. CHAD. 88.7 miles per hour throw speed. It's pretty fast. Pretty fast. And then a nice little sliding stop here. Ooh. Nice. And then I'll end his highlights off with his signature home run celebration, which is one of my favorites. You know what time it is. It's yeah time. Oh man, I shouldn't have thrown that. Oh god, not to him. Yeah. Heisman. Bert and Timmy like it. Yep, fist bump. And then we have the old defying physics slide into first base. Ooh, Matrix. It's a good one. I wish they could do that in real life. Next up we got Michael Squints. He's been playing pretty well too with the .355 average. But his at-bats aren't as high as they should be. I think the computer might be taking him out a little too often. So I'll have to look into that. So he doesn't just steal the hearts of the ladies, he also steals bases. His asthma hasn't been stopping him from turning on the burners pretty much at any second. And he's always telling jokes to the first base coach. Yeah, and then he said, not my butt. Oh. And then next up we got our boy Tommy Timmons. Again, the younger brother. The really boring guy. But he's got 16 dingers and he's batting .316. So he's trying to shut me up as much as he can. It's just, I don't think that's possible. Like, what's he looking at here? He saw it bounce over the wall. With his brother, woo, yeah, Tommy. And then he gets another one, hits it over in the corner over there. Nice hit. I'll give it to him. That was a nice hit. And he gets around to the second base pretty quick. So I don't know where those burners came from, but he gets in there. And then it shows his little reaction again. Oh yeah, oh I hit my head. You saw that? And that's pretty much it. I think that's enough of Tommy for now. Next up we got Timmy, the older brother, the very animated older brother. And he's been doing pretty good. He's been yeeting balls into oblivion with 23 dingers and a .250 average. Yeet! And most of them, they go to the right. So he keeps away from the beast. So he's been good for something at least. And James Earl Jones likes it with a little fist bump. Nice hit. And then Smalls was waiting for him at home plate. Arm lock. Yes. So yeah, anyway, that's it. That's pretty much it for Timmy. Next up, we got the great Hambino Porter. And he's really turned it around. With 25 home runs and almost a .300 average. He's been laying off the...
cheeseburgers.
And just been hitting dingers constantly. Dinger after dinger. He also gets a lot of love in the dugout. So after like almost every dinger he hits, they're always there for him in the dugout. I think obviously he's one of the favorites, so I'm not surprised. But the team is always behind him. And it's good to see. It's good to see that type of support and camaraderie. Like with all these guys. Yeah. Hamilton Porter also started a new diet, and this diet is base runners. He's been eating them for lunch. Look at that. He's got a rocket. Next up we have Bertram Grover Weeks. A name way too long for a fictional movie. He's been alright. He has 8 home runs, .261 average. He's got quite the arm from third base though, but I gave him a pretty good arm, so makes sense. He's tall. Well, he gets pretty hyped too. He gets mad, angry. It's the beard. But yeah, he's always pretty good when I play with him. So, oh, it's kicking in. It's kicking in. Sometimes it helps. He doesn't seem to be high every game though, because his stats are kind of trash. Well, I mean, they're just average. They're not the greatest. So maybe he's not always getting high on his own supply, but his arm is always there. He's always ready to sling it. Then we have the All-Star, Scotty Smalls. He's been pretty good. 22 dingers, 295 average. He's probably, I would say, the third best on the team. Third or fourth, but yeah, he's been Mr. Reliable. All season he's just been, even though he's cold right now for some reason, but he also gets love and support. He jumps into the sure hands of yeah. It's very romantic, charming. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for Smalls. And then finally we have Kenny De Nunez, our two-way player, and he's been the ace we've needed all year, and he's pretty much the best pitcher in the league. Also an all-star, as you saw at the beginning or middle of the video. So yeah, he's just been throwing heaters and hitting yeeters. That's what he does. And of course, every hit he gets, it goes to the left corner, which is odd, but it's that same position every single time. But yeah, that's it for Kenny. And then last up we have Henry Rowan-Gardner, and I don't have much for him because he's not really part of the team. He's part of the team, but he's not part of the team, you know what I mean? But he's an all-star. He comes in and he gets saves when I need him to. He's 11 for 11 for saves, so can't really beat that. And then here's just a screenshot of all their stats together. I like to compare them. It's just fun for me. And then the last thing I'll show here is just the awards. Some things have changed slightly. Benny the Jet is still MVP. Kenny De Nunez, Cy Young. Although Max Fried has a better ERA, but Kenny's better everywhere else. Benny the Jet, batting title. Yeah, sneaking up behind him though. So Benny better not drop the soap. And then Rookie of the Year has changed a little bit. We still have Benny #1, but Kenny has snuck in there, and the great Hambino. His last couple months have gave him some kudos. So I don't know. He's not going to win it, but he's there at least. So that's pretty cool. And then Benny's getting robbed for the Hank Aaron Award because he's better at everything than Bryce Harper. His average is better, more dingers, more RBIs. I don't know. Bryce Harper must have his mouth full or something. But I think Benny will eventually catch him. And then we have Golden Gloves. I think we only have one Golden Glove. And yep, that's Scotty Smalls. He's been throwing people out from left field. That's kind of his thing. He's come a long way from not even knowing how to throw a baseball. And then we have Silver Sluggers, obviously Kenny, Great Hambino, and I think that might be it for the infield. Although, I think Yaya's getting robbed for shortstop. He should definitely be a Silver Slugger shortstop, but whatever. And then you got Benny in the outfield, and I think that's it. Small should be on there too, but this game can't give us all the awards. Our boys are leaving all the sucking up to Bryce Harper. But anyway, I'll wrap up this video now. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. And again, if you didn't, I could say and oof, can't believe I said that. That was provocative. But anyway, I appreciate anybody who watched, and stay tuned for part 4 of the Sandlot and MLB The Show, and we'll see how we can finish out this year and go over awards and, you know, all that cool stuff. So yeah, go ahead and swing away at the like and subscribe button and slide into the comments and say anything you want. Make it crazy. Let's get weird. And I'll see you next time on the next installment. And if not, I don't know, Call of Duty videos it is. Goodbye.